Hi everybody, and welcome back to the 2018 Granny Square Crochet Along. This is Jeanette, and today I will be bringing you our July bonus square. This is a YouTube only pattern. You will not be able to find it on our Facebook page. So continue watching the video and we'll go ahead and make this square together. This is called Hugging the Stars, designed by Aurora, I hope I'm saying this right, Suominen. We will have a link to her website in the description box if you are interested in seeing more of what she makes. And let's go ahead and get our yarn and our hooks, and let's get started making our July YouTube bonus square. Alright, so we're going to start round 1 on our bonus square, and we begin with a chain 4. And we are not joining with the first chain to form a ring. Instead, what we are going to do is work 14 double crochets in the 4th chain from the hook, which is your first chain that you made. So 14 double crochets right into that first chain. So including the 3 chains after that at the beginning, we'll have a total of 15 double crochets. So go ahead and get that done, and we'll continue when we're back at our beginning. So I have my 15 double crochets, including the 3 chains at the beginning. So now we join with a slip stitch into the top of our beginning chain. Okay, and that's what you should have at the end of round 1. And now onto round 2, we're going to chain 2 and do a 2 double crochet together. So we're not going to go into the stitch that we just joined into. We're going to go into the next and do a double crochet halfway, and then go into the next and double crochet halfway. You have 3 loops, you yarn over, pull through all 3, and that's our beginning. It's a chain 2 and 2 double crochet together, but it's in this is in place of a 3 double crochet together. So now we are going to chain 6, and we're going to repeat 4 times 3 double crochet together, chain 6. So we're going to the next stitch and do our first double crochet halfway, the next stitch, and do our second double crochet halfway, and the third stitch, our double crochet halfway, yarn over. You should have 4 loops on your hook, pull through all 4, and chain 6. One more time, go into the next stitch, double crochet halfway once, next stitch, double crochet halfway twice, and the third stitch, double crochet halfway 3 times, yarn over, pull through 4 loops on your hook, chain 6. We are doing this to get 5 points to create a star shape. So we have 4, 1 more left. And that should be, all of your stitches should have been used at this point. This is where I slip stitch, so we are good. Chain 6, and then you join into the top of the first point that you made. Okay. My yarn is not agreeing today. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, there we go. And that is what you should have at the end of round 2, a little star. Okay, now for round 3, we need to slip stitch into the chain space like that. Chain 1, make 2 single crochets, and then we're going to do a front post treble and the double crochet from round 1 between these 2 points. So that is this one right here in the middle. So we yarn over twice, go around the stitch from front to back, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and that is your front post treble. Then we single crochet twice around the chain 6 space again, and chain 2. We are going to repeat that 4 more times to finish the round. So single crochet into the next chain 6 space twice, yarn over twice, find your double crochet from round 1 in between your 2 points, go from front to back, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and that is your front post treble. Single crochet twice around your chain 6 and chain 2. So go ahead and repeat that 3 more times, and I'll meet you back when we're ready to join. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the last one with you. So we work 2 single crochets into the chain 6 space, yarn over twice, we find our double crochet between our points, go from front to back, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. 2 more single crochets in the chain 6 space, and chain 2. So now we join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet that we made. Oh, my yarn is not working with me today. Okay. Slip stitch into the first single crochet, and that is what you should have at the end of round 3. Make sure you have 5 front post trebles, 5 chain 2 spaces, and 20 single crochets all the way around. So to start round 4, we're going to chain 3, and double crochet in each stitch around, working 2 double crochets in the first 4 chain 2 spaces. So we'll go ahead and do this together. That's 1. Oh wait, I skipped 1. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. The chain 3 is your first double crochet in that first single crochet you did in the last round. So there goes my next one. A double crochet in the front post treble, double crochet in the next 2 singles, and we are at the first of our chain 2 spaces. So we are going to work 2 double crochets into that space. 1 in our single crochet, 1 in the next single, 1 in the front post treble, 1 in a single, 1 in our single, and we are at the next chain 2 space, and we are going to put 2 double crochets into that stitch. 1 in our single, 1 in our single, 1 in our treble, 1 in a single, 1 in the single, and we are now at the 1, 2, the third chain 2 space. So we are going to put 2 double crochets into that one, double crochet in each of the next 5, and we are at the 4th chain 2 space. So I am just putting 2 double crochets into that one, and 1 stitch in each of the next 5 stitches. Okay, and now we are at the last chain 2 space, so we are going to work 3 double crochets into that last chain 2 space. And now we join with a slip stitch into the top of our chain 3, and that finishes off round 4. And that's what you should have at the end of round 4. All right, on to round 5, and we are going to start that round by slip stitching into the next 3 double crochets. So there's 1, there's 2, and into the 3rd one. Now we are going to chain 3, and in the same double crochet we did our last slip stitch into, we are going to double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet twice, and this is our first corner. So you should have that in the 3rd double crochet from where you slip stitch to end the last round. Now we are going to double crochet in the next 8 stitches. Okay, that should be 8. I always count, double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now in the next double crochet, we are going to make our next corner. So 2 double crochets in that stitch. Okay. Chain 2 and 2 more double crochets. Okay, so that's what we should have so far. That's our first side. We're going to repeat this all the way around. So double crochet in the next 8 stitches. In the next stitch, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, double crochet in the next 8. In the next one, make your next corner, double crochet in the last 8, and I will meet you here. Okay, we are ready to join with a slip stitch. We should have 8 double crochets in between your 2 corners at the end. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure that you have 8. The stitches that we slip stitched into in the beginning can be a little tricky. Just make sure that you have the right stitch count. So we join with a slip stitch into our beginning chain 3. To end round 5, and then we need to slip stitch over to the chain 2 space. We are going to work our beginning corner again, which is a chain 3, double crochet, chain 2, and 2 more double crochet. Like that. And next we need to double crochet in the next 3 double crochets. Make sure you don't skip this first one here because your corner stitches can sometimes hide it. So double crochet into the next 3. Okay. Now we're going to chain 1. And next we are going to do a back cross stitch. So we're going to skip the next stitch. So we're skipping this one. We're going to double crochet into this one, the next one. Okay, and then working behind the double crochet we just made, we are going to go back to this stitch, and that's going to create our X, our cross stitch. So go behind, go into that stitch, and double crochet. And you can see that makes a little X. So we are going to do that 3 times. So chain 1, skip the next stitch, double crochet into the next stitch, and then double crochet behind the one you just made into the one that you skipped. chain one, and we do it one more time. So skip the next one, double crochet into the next one, and go behind the one you just made and double crochet into your skipped stitch. So you should end up with 3 X's in the middle of our first side. Chain one again, DC into the next 3 stitches, or I'm sorry, double crochet into the next 3 stitches. One, 2, and 3. And we are at our next corner. So now we make our next corner, which is a 2 double crochet. Chain 2 and 2 double crochet. So we are going to repeat this all the way around. So you're going to double crochet, don't miss this first one here, double crochet in the next 3 stitches, make your next 3 back cross stitches with chain ones in between, double crochet in your last 3 double crochets, make your next corner, and keep repeating that, and we'll meet back up at the end here. Okay, so I am going to do the last side with you just in case I wasn't clear before. So I am working my next corner, or my last corner, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. And then we will DC in the next, I'm sorry, double crochet in the next 3 double crochets. That's 2, and that's 3. Now we chain 1, we skip 1, double crochet into the next, and then we go behind this double crochet and double crochet in the one that we skipped, and chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next, go behind the one we just made, and double crochet into the one that we skipped. We chain 1 and make our back cross stitch one more time, skipping a stitch, double crocheting into the next, and then double crocheting into the one we skipped, and chain 1. You should have 3 stitches left, double crochet into those 3, which is always hard when you slip stitch. I have a hard time. And where's the last one? Right here. Okay, and then we join to the top of our beginning chain 3, and that finishes off this round. And we need to slip stitch in the next stitch and into the chain 2 space, and this is what you should have. It's gonna curl up a little bit, that's okay. It'll straighten out. The bigger it gets, it'll lay nice and flat. Okay, so that's what we have at the end of round 6. So now to start round 7, we're going to make our beginning corner in the chain 2 space, which is a chain 3, double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. And making sure that you don't miss the first stitch after your corner, make sure you're using that double crochet right there. We're going to double crochet into the next 5. That's 2, that's 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so once you have done those 5, we are going to chain 1, skip this back cross stitch. Oh, actually no, sorry guys. Okay, after you've made your 5 double crochets in the next 5 stitches, you are going to double crochet into this chain 1 space. Then we will chain 1, and we skip this back cross stitch, double crochet into this chain 1 space, chain 1 again, skip the next back cross stitch, and double crochet into the chain 1 space again. And for the last time, chain 1, skip the last back cross stitch, and double crochet into the last chain 1 space. So your square should look like this. You should have 3 spaces going across. Okay, so once you have that done, you're going to double crochet in the next 5 stitches and make your corner in the next chain 2 space. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. All right, so that's what we should have for our first side. I'm gonna go ahead and bring you through it one more time and then leave you to finish the last 2 sides on your own, and we'll meet up when we're ready to join. So we've made our corner. We need to double crochet in the next 5 double crochets, okay, like that. Double crochet in the next chain 1 space, chain 1, skip your back cross stitch, double crochet in the chain 1 space, chain 1, skip your next back cross stitch, double crochet in the next chain 1 space, chain 1, skip your last back cross stitch, and double crochet in your last chain 1 space. Double crochet in the next 5 double crochets, three, 4, and 5, and then make your corner in the chain 2 space, which is 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. So go ahead and repeat that around the last 2 sides, and we'll meet back when we're ready to join.